All right, guys, this is Mr. H. This is question 15 from the June 2025 Regents exam, Algebra. It says, which expression is equivalent to a to the eighth power minus b to the sixth power? Now, this is basically just the difference of two perfect squares, but we really didn't cover that in a lot of depth. But what I did teach you is in the multiple choice section, whenever you see the word equivalent, and you got expressions, you can always store numbers. Now, some of you said that you like to graph. Now, this is one of the reasons I prefer storing. It doesn't matter how many variables they give you, you can still store. But if you tried to graph this, you're going to need an X and a Y. It gets messy, and the calculator really doesn't handle it too well. So here's an easier way. So all you're going to do is we're going to store a number in for A, and then we're going to store a number in for B. So the first number I'm going to store is $1.23. That's one of my favorite numbers. We're going to store that into A. And then we're going to store $4.56 into B, right? Now, if there was another variable, I would go $7.89 and I would store that into C, right? But now, once I've done that, I'm just going to type in this expression, and I'm going to see what the output is. So I'm going to go A to the eighth power, and then I'm going to go minus B to the sixth power. Now let me go back and fix that. I put in a divide. I didn't want a divide. I want a minus. Press enter. And it says 8,000. I'm going to write all those numbers. 8,000, negative 8,085. Wow, that's really messy. So that's going to be, it's going to be a negative 8985.368952. Now that's my target. That's what I'm looking for. So you can see I wrote it, I circled it. I'm going to go through each one of these expressions, key them in exactly like I see them until I get one that matches this. There should be one. So let's find it. So first one is going to be parentheses a to the fourth power. And then that's going to be minus b to the third power. And then we got a square. So I do that, and it's positive, not the right answer. So now I'm going to do the same thing. Let me see if I can copy this and make some changes. So I'm going to make this a 6. And I'm going to make this a 4. And then I press enter, and that doesn't match either. So now I'm going to go to the next one. So this one is a little messy, but make your calculator look just like the actual question. So to the fourth power, bam. Then we got parentheses, and then we square that. And then we got minus, and then we got parentheses b to the third power. Oops, messed that one up. To the third power, to the third power. And then we square that. And then we press enter. And that matches exactly a negative 898536898582. So that's the equivalent expression. So that's the one I choose. This one. Boom. Done. Keep it moving. That's as simple as I can make this. And even if you think you know how to complete you know the rule for difference of two squares, perfect squares, you should also check it. Like you should use this technique to check. One of the things that I see a lot of students, they get a little overconfident. They go through, they do things quickly. Sometimes they make careless mistakes. They don't check it. They wind up missing questions that they obviously should get. So all of these things that I'm showing you are not only ways to find the answer if you're completely clueless, but it's also something you should be using just to check to make sure you're getting these right. All right, I am going to stop and post this.